We live yet? No, we're going live. Almost. And almost there. Going live. Alright guys, welcome to alright, so now we're officially live. Alright guys, welcome to the live fight companion for Combate Americas 31, Mexico versus USA. If you've ever followed one of my fight companions before, then you'll know that there is no footage. It's just commentary. It's just watching fights, talking about them, having a good time. First did a Combate card, I think, what was it, last week or so ago. Didn't really study up on it. Did the same thing for this one. This one is just nice, just about chilling back, having fun, watching some fights and talking about them. The chat is active, so feel free to say whatever you'd like in the chat. Waiting on the first fight to get started here. Should be starting pretty soon. I'm going to pull up the fight card so I can figure out exactly what's going on here on my other tablet. As soon as I get the Wi-Fi to work. Which is fine because it looks like the stream froze anyway, so. Nope, it's going. And let's see. So we got somebody's on his way out to the ring now in a minute. Alright, so first fight looks like Mark Clamico versus Ricardo Basque. No, I'm sorry. I don't know who this is. Marcus Gaines versus Ozzy Alvarez. Gaines is 15, 29, and 1. That's quite a record. He's taking on Ozzy Alvarez, who is 8 and 5. Looks like this is going to be a middleweight fight. Gaines is taller by 3 inches, 6'2" to 5'11". Two Americans. So we got Ozzy Alvarez about ready to make his way into the ring, looks like. Still waiting on these event to get started here. Let me see if I can pull up anything about these guys on Tapology here. Oh, there it is. Combate 31. Nope, nothing on Tapology. This fight isn't even listed, so. Oh well. Looks like we got someone else joining us. Welcome, welcome. Going over Combate 31. Hope to have a good time tonight. You know, Combate, I like Combate Americas. Their matchmaking's fairly good in that they go for exciting fights. Like, they're not going for like super high rankings or anything like that. I like that Combate's all about, you know, good, exciting, fun fights. Nothing, you know, they have their whole fight like a Mexican thing going on. It's fun. A lot of finishes. I think almost, like, majority of the fights on the last event ended in finishes. So, should be pretty fun. Okay, Marcus Gaines versus Ozzy Alvarez. Another thing I like about Combate is that the smaller cage forces the action a lot more too. It's easier to cut off. Yeah, it basically just forces the action. Kind of reminds me of the one time one of Sage Northcutt's losses. He blamed it. He tried to blame it on not being used to fighting in a small cage. It's like, that's okay, whatever. All right, so we're getting ready to go for first fight of the night. Marcus the Gladiator Gaines versus Ozzy Alvarez, and it is a middleweight fight. Gaines has a huge reach advantage, 78 inches to 71. To go with that 3-inch height advantage. They're both about the same age, 32, 33. Not old, but they're certainly not younger guys in the fight game. Actually, it's probably that's actually kind of young by heavyweight standards. All right, and they're off for the first round. Gaines Alvarez circling around the outside. Gaines stalking forward slowly. Gaines in the black board shorts. Alvarez in the blue Vale Tudo type shorts. Gaines with the Gaines with the low kick. Alvarez comes forward with an overhand that doesn't meet its mark. Gaines working that jab out there. A couple attempts at low kicks from Alvarez. Nice push kick there from Alvarez. Ooh, Alvarez going for a takedown now. He's got single leg on Gaines. Pushes him back up against all the way to the other side of the fence. Both working in the clinch now. Gaines on the inside. Nice knee there from Gaines. And he reverses the clinch. Now he's pushing Alvarez against the fence, working on an ankle pick of his own. Manages to get one leg out. Now he's working a single on Alvarez. Still working that single leg, trying to get Alvarez up, but he lets go of the leg. That's going to make it a little harder now. Looks like Alvarez is trying to work on an arm in guillotine. That's certainly not going to make... He's going to have a hard time finishing that. Gaines again reached down to look like going for an ankle pick. He's still going for a takedown. He hasn't quite fully given up on it yet. Alvarez now pushing on the head of Gaines. Gaines standing all the way back up. He's finally given up on a takedown. Ooh, nice short elbow there from Alvarez. They're exchanging knees back and forth now. Punch lands for Alvarez. Gaines still on the near one of the ring posts. Gaines still pushing Alvarez into the fence. Both still working the dirty boxing. Now Alvarez reverses position, but Gaines is able to get it right back into it. Nice knee lands to the thigh for Gaines. Both still working dirty boxing. A lot of hockey style uppercuts going on. Nice knee lands for Gaines in the clinch. Answered by Alvarez. Answered by Gaines. Answered by Alvarez. Just another nice exchange of knees going on right now. Another nice knee lands for Gaines. Alvarez working wrist control on the outside wrist of Gaines. Another knee lands for Alvarez. Now it looks like, hard to tell from this angle. Oh, Alvarez dropped down for a takedown. Answered by a couple knees to the head from Gaines. Ooh, nice knee lands for Gaines there in the clinch as they break it up. And a nice push kick there from Alvarez. Trying to back Gaines up away from him. All right, Alvarez is free and clear. Tried to go back to the middle, walked himself, accidentally circled himself all the way back to the other side of the cage. Now Alvarez goes for a takedown. Sprawled on by Gaines. Gaines circles around to the back. Gaines now standing back control on Alvarez, trying to get him down to the ground. Alvarez working his way over to the cage. Gaines landing knees to the back of Alvarez's left thigh. Gaines again tries to drag Alvarez just straight down to the ground, but Alvarez is able to spin around in that position. Now Gaines has Alvarez pushed up against the cage again. I just popped my knee. What we got going on right now? Ooh, Gaines able to get Alvarez to the ground temporarily. But takedown attempt fails. Alvarez is now in the closed guard of Gaines. Looks like Alvarez is bleeding from a cut or the nose. There's some blood on the canvas. Alvarez in the open guard now of Gaines, trying to rain down some G&P. Gaines is able to push him off, tries to get back up, but now Alvarez on the back of Gaines. Alvarez has, looks like one or both hooks on, but there goes the end of the round. All right, so interesting first round. I would say Gaines had controlled the majority of it, but at the end there, Alvarez was laying down the G&P, got back position at the very end. That could be enough for Alvarez to take the round from Gaines there. Could be enough. Depends on the judges, of course. All right, whistle calls for the second out of the cage, out of La Jaula, as they call it in Combate. All right, corners are now out. We're going to get ready to start the second round of this opening middleweight matchup. All right, both fighters in the middle of the cage. Alvarez circling around outside again. Drops elbows for a takedown. Stuffed by Gaines, who answers with a knee to the gut of Alvarez. Ooh, nice side kick there from Gaines. Gaines working his way forward with his jab and a couple kicks. Ooh, high kick there lands for Gaines there. It barely grazes him, but it did land. Ooh, Gaines coming forward with some punches. Alvarez not liking them. He shoots in for another takedown that is sprawled on by Gaines. Gaines going to trying to spin around to Alvarez's back, but is unable to. And it ends up with Alvarez tossing Gaines to the ground. And now Alvarez in the half guard of Gaines. Got Alvarez in the half guard of Gaines up against the fence. He's working wrist control. Gaines is trying to work his way back up along the fence. That's going to allow Alvarez to take his back. Alvarez trying to pull Gaines back down. Doesn't quite have control. Now he's got on the back of Gaines. Alvarez on the back of Gaines, right up against the fence on the ground. Alvarez has both hooks in. Now he's trying to work the rear naked choke. Alvarez still working to secure the rear naked choke on Gaines. Alvarez, now he's got switching from the hooks to the figure four body lock to the body triangle. Has it nice and tight on Gaines. Gaines trying to block access to his neck for the rear naked choke. But Alvarez is not going anywhere with 3 minutes, 10 seconds left in the second round. Alvarez taking his time now, trying to pull Gaines' head back. He's got one arm under. It's not quite under the chin yet, but he is going to attempt to squeeze. Alvarez still, nope. Alvarez might be trying to switch arms now, but Gaines doing a fairly good job to try to control Alvarez's wrists. That's his only real defense right now. Alvarez still has the figure four body lock on, but Gaines manages to sweep him over. Now Gaines in the guard of Alvarez. Nice reversal. by Gaines there. Gaines staying low in Alvarez's guards. Now he's posturing up to land some punches to the face of Gaines. Gaines on his feet now, looking to pass the guard of Alvarez. Looks like he might decide to let Alvarez back up, and he does. He tries to punch him on the way up. High kick from Gaines that misses. It's mark. Oh, Alvarez slips on a kick. Gaines now trying to go back in, enter his guard. Is he going to be able to do it? And he does. Gaines is almost past Alvarez's guard. Oh, now he's in. Nope, is not able to pass it. Alvarez looks like one butterfly in. Gaines in the open butterfly guard of Alvarez. Alvarez has one butterfly in, one leg out. Gaines landing short punches to the body. Alvarez landing short punches to the head of Gaines, who is now in his guard. All right, Alvarez manages to kick Gaines out of his guard. But Gaines standing over him, not quite ready to let him back up yet. About a minute left in the second round here. Alvarez is back on his feet now. Alvarez is back up against the cage. Oh, some strikes from Gaines. Alvarez shoots in for a takedown that is stuffed by Gaines. And Gaines manages to get some punches on Alvarez before clinching him back up against the cage. Oh, nice punch. Nice right lands for Gaines. And a 1-2-3 to back Alvarez up. Nice couple knees from Gaines there in the clinch. Gaines trying to go for it to finish out the second round here. Nice knee lands for Gaines in the clinch. And another nice knee. Alvarez is trapped in Gaines' clinch. Gaines is going for it all in the final closing seconds of this second round of this middleweight affair. And there goes the bell. All right. Good second round. I would say it's much more action-packed than the first. Alvarez looked like you had Gaines trapped there for a while in that with the body triangle. Thought he might have been able to get that rear naked choke in. I guess his submission skills aren't quite up to snuff. Of course, Gaines was doing very good with the wrist control. I was surprised that, and when he managed to reverse it and back into Alvarez's guard, I thought that was very nice too. Can't tell if that was all muscle or not. But yeah, they're replaying some of the clinch knees from Gaines that were very nice. On the feet, it's been all Gaines so far. What's his first name? Marcus Gaines. So all Marcus Gaines on the feet. They're calling the seconds out, so we're going to be getting ready to start third and final round of this opening middleweight affair. Marcus Gaines going for it at the end of that round. Ozzy Alvarez is going to have to bring something with him in this third affair, and they're off. Low kick lands for Gaines. Ooh, shot to the body from Alvarez. Gaines trying to throw those oblique kicks that John Jones and likes to throw. Gaines still stalking Alvarez. Alvarez circling around the outside. Doesn't have a lot of room to go for though. Now they're trying to slug it out a little bit. Alvarez shoots in on a takedown and he gets Gaines down to the ground. But Gaines is looks like he's ready to quickly get back to his feet. Nope, he's back down on his butt. But Alvarez doesn't have exactly the greatest position right now. Gaines is still working his way back to his feet again. Ooh, Alvarez now on the back of Gaines. I look down for a second. Alvarez on the back of Gaines. I don't think he has any hooks in. Looks like he has the wrists. All right, he pulls Gaines down. We got Alvarez on the back of Gaines now with both hooks in. Going to be try to go for the rear naked choke again. Alvarez might need this finish in this third round. All right, we still got Alvarez on the back of Marcus Gaines. Gaines doing very good to try to prevent the rear naked choke from Alvarez. This might be it for Alvarez if he can't get this. But Marcus Gaines still working the wrist control very well. Every time he gets one wrist free, Alvarez tries to go for another route. But Gaines gets one hook out and uses that opportunity to turn over. Gaines now in the full guard of Alvarez. Lands a couple short punches there. Nice couple of elbows land for Gaines. Gaines in the open guard of Ozzy Alvarez. He's stacking Alvarez up. Looking to rain down some G&P. A couple shots to the body. Ooh, another nice short elbow lands for Marcus Gaines. And another elbow and another one. Gaines pouring down the elbows now, trying to look for the finish with about 2 minutes left in the third round. Gaines still in the open guard of Ozzy Alvarez. Alvarez not really doing much from this position. Isn't even really trying to separate himself from Gaines at this point. I think he's in survival mode right now. Ozzy Alvarez with the crossface on Marcus Gaines, trying to back Gaines up. Gaines now very low down in Alvarez's guard. Ooh, Alvarez manages to push Gaines off of him. Looks like Gaines is going to let him back up. Tries to land a kick on the way up. About a minute, 10 seconds left. Both fighters on their feet. Left high kick from Gaines is answered by a left punch from Alvarez. Alvarez ducks under one of Gaines's kicks and brings him down to the ground, but Gaines is now on the back. Oh, no, Alvarez gets back to the back of Gaines. He's going to get one hook in. He's going to try to bring Gaines back into his game. Alvarez now with both hooks on Gaines, still going for it. It's rear naked choke again with about 30 seconds left in the third and final stanza of this middleweight fight. Alvarez still has both hooks in, but Gaines again is fighting him for wrist control. They're both trying to land punches to each other. It's very awkward looking. Gaines managing to reverse position now, back in the guard of Alvarez just as the round ends. So that's it for this 3-round fight. Might have to give that round to Alvarez after all. I mean, he had back control on Gaines twice. Be very interesting to see how the judges score this one. Right, just waiting on a scorecard for middleweight bout between Marcus Gaines and Ozzy Alvarez. Waiting on an official decision. So I like the striking from Gaines. I think he showed a lot more experience in his striking game. On the ground, a lot of it was Alvarez with his grappling. But Gaines Showed a lot of nice sweeps. He was able to reverse position a lot, even when Alvarez was on his back. Showed a lot of nice reversals. They're showing some replays here. There's Alvarez on the back of Gaines. Ooh, really nice knees in the clinch from Marcus Gaines there. And show some replays from round 3. Yeah. Yeah, I got to feel like Alvarez was definitely winning the fight on the ground, but Gaines definitely had the advantage in stand-up. Ozzy Alvarez is going to need to work on his stand-up some. Marcus Gaines, from what I can see of his record, 15-29-1. So he's just in his. I think he must really enjoy fighting to keep going with a record like that. Either that, or this is just he's decided to make this his living. I don't know. You can definitely make not much of a living, but there is a living to be made by just taking fights every weekend. There's a few fighters that have done it in the past. And a lot in boxing. A lot of journeymen in boxing. Alright, we're getting ready for the official decision. Unanimous decision. 30-27. 30-27. 30-26. Wow, Marcus Gaines. All right, Marcus Gaines with unanimous decision. 2 30-27s and a 30-26. Meanwhile, they've got an arena announcer who sounds like he's brand new at his job. Don't know who this guy is. So Marcus Gaines, your winner in his opening bout. So he's going to improve to 16-29-1. Ozzy Alvarez is going to fall to 8-6. Still above 500, but not looking good for him either. But hey, that's why these guys are in opening bouts of Combate. Still a pretty good fight. A lot of action. Can't complain too much. So the next fight is going to be Ryan Renaud versus Adrian Guzman. That's going to be in the lightweight division. So we have Ryan Cowboy Renaud, 4-5-1. He's 5'10", orthodox style, and he's going to be taking on Adrian Guzman, who is 3-0, 5'9" tall, and also an orthodox fighter. Let's see what Tapology says. See if Tapology has anything else available on these two. Let's see. No reach. Both are fighting out of California. Ryan Cowboy Renaud is coming off of 2 straight losses. Of course, Guzman, 3-0 as a pro. Perfect record. Looks like he's fighting out of, is that Health Gracie's gym? House gym? Not familiar with it. No, I doubt that's Health Gracie. Ralph's House Gym. That's an interesting name for a fight gym. So we'll be getting ready for both of these fighters to make their way to the cage. I'm still waiting on these two to make their way to the cage here. It's going to be a lightweight affair next. As I said, it's going to be Ryan Cowboy Renault versus Adrian Guzman. Renault looking much older of the two. Don't have an age on him. Don't have age available for either of these fighters. Oh, it looks like one of the female fighters got looks like one of the female fights got canceled. Updated earlier, very early this morning, according to this 12:48 a.m. Eastern Time. Sheila Padilla versus Carissa Segala canceled. That sucks. Is that true? Yeah. Albert Gonzalez versus Shane Keefe canceled. Sheila Padilla versus Carissa Segala canceled. Doesn't give a reason why. But that's according to Tapology. Are they still on the website though? Okay, so yeah, one of the female bouts must be officially canceled. It's even off of Combate's website. Combate actually does a pretty good job of keeping the fight card on their website updated. So I guess that's one good thing about living in the current era. You know, back in the day, MMA organizations just had the worst websites, and some of them are finally, a lot of them are coming around and, you know, keeping very good websites. UFC used to have like one of the worst ever. It was terrible. Like, you couldn't get anything good off of their website. And now they update it at least once a week. They update the rankings after pretty much every event. Of course, they update it with latest news and updates all the time. Glad to see that even a smaller organization like Combate Americas is doing the same. And just very professional move on their part. All right, Ryan Cowboy Renault making his way to the ring. Renault is 4-5-1. Waiting for some graphics to come up so I can tell you a little more about him. Nothing going on. Let's see. Ryan Renault about to step into the cage. Stops and prays for a second. Excuse me. So as soon as he gets settled in, we'll have Adrian Guzman making his way. All right, so Adrian Guzman stopping, getting his Vaseline applied before he steps in the cage. Definitely looks younger than Renault, but still unsure about the age on either of these fighters. Where is this fight taking place? It's in Fresno, California at the Save Mart Center. Let me see if I can find something neat about the Save Mart Center. Alright, so we got both fighters in. Looks like we have the regular ring announcer back in there. Good. Because that last guy didn't know what he was doing. Gonna get ready to start this lightweight affair. So according to the graphics, Ryan Renaud studied Taekwondo for 13 years and majored in business. Has a record of 4-5. Oh, and 1 draw. So Taekwondo for 13 years. Let's see if he throws any nice flashy kicks. Which, by the way, for anyone watching, if you like flashy kicks, later, like early tomorrow morning, is going to be Road FC 52. I don't think I'll be doing a stream for that because it's too early in the morning and I have to work. But there's a couple Taekwondo stylists on that. Hong Young Ki really likes to throw kicks in that one. He's taking on a Muay Thai stylist, so it'll be an interesting fight. But check that out. That'll also be available for streaming on DAZN. All right, Mike Beltran going to be the referee for this fight. He was pulling judging duties last fight. Yosemite Sam himself. All right, 71-inch reach for Renaud, who's also an inch taller than Adrian Guzman, 5'9", 70-inch reach. Both weighed in roughly around the same, 155 pounds. Guzman has the cleaner record, but Renaud has over twice the experience. All right, so they're off. They're in the center of the ring now. Guzman leading with some feints. So we got Ryan Renaud in the blue shorts. Adrian Guzman in the black. Flying knee attempt there from Guzman, but wasn't committed to it. Renaud coming in with an overhand, answered by Guzman with some strikes. Renaud now has Guzman backed up against the fence. But Guzman looking to slip out. Nice elbow over the top there for Renaud as the two separate. Both back to the center of the cage now. Renaud on the outside. Low kick lands for Renaud. Guzman comes forward with a wild overhand, swinging right. Renaud pushes him against the cage now. Guzman with some dirty boxing. Mike Beltran stopped the action. Looks like it was to give Guzman his mouthpiece back. All right, separation in the clinch. Guzman punching his way out. Guzman back on the inside now. Catches a kick of Renaud. Going for a takedown up against the fence is Adrian Guzman. Renaud fighting, trying to fight the takedown off. He's got over-under on Guzman, but Guzman still on the outside, working the clinch, giving up on a takedown now. Ooh, nice, another nice elbow over the top lands for Ryan Renaud. Another nice one of those. Might be one of his signature things there. Guzman stalking Renaud down. Lands a nice punch up against the cage. Inside low kick lands for Guzman, who's... Ooh, nice knee from Renaud lands in the clinch against Guzman. It sends him slipping he slips to the floor. Guzman, another nice knee in the clinch. Guzman coming forward with punches now on Renaud. Little break in the action there as they're clinching up against the fence. Guzman trying to control Renaud for takedown. Nice knee lands for Renaud from the inside. And they separate. Guzman back to the center of the cage. Renaud on the outside. Guzman pushing forward with some punches and a low kick. Nice knee lands for Guzman. Got a clinch battle there. Renault this time slips on a knee attempt, but manages to recover. Grabs the leg of Guzman, takes him down. Guzman going to the turtle position. Renault looking to slide over to back control. Renault with one hook in on Guzman's back. Guzman tries to get back up, but Renault is able to pull him back down. Looks like he has almost a bulldog choke on Guzman. Yeah, Renault with that bulldog choke, but Guzman manages to turn himself over and get out of that. Both on their feet now. Nice knee lands for Guzman. Another nice knee for Guzman. Guzman pulling guard, jumping guard on Renault, who obliges him by taking him to the ground. There's about 50 seconds left in the first round. Guzman in the guard, or excuse me, Renault in the guard now of Guzman. Landed a couple short hammer fists. Guzman closing the guard up now with 35 seconds left. Neither of them very, very active right now. Short punch from Guzman lands. Renault looking to posture up possibly. No, looks like Renault might be going for a neck crank, which I don't think is going to work there. A couple elbows to the gut land for Guzman, who lets Renault, who lets Guzman back up. Guzman now on the outside, landing some uppercuts and a nice knee in the clinch on Renault. He's got Renault backed up against the fence. Now a couple knees from Guzman and two elbows. And it looks like that was the end of the round. Mike Beltran steps in, but I think Guzman had Renault on the ropes there. So, got both corners in there now. Yeah, that was the end of the round. It was counting down. I think Guzman was really trying to go for the finish there at the end there. Overall, nice round. I thought Renault had it for most of the round, but the way Guzman was coming on in those last 30 seconds or so, I think he was trying to make up for lost time, but it'll be hard to tell in the eyes of the judges. Showing some replays. Guzman landing some nice hooks, but got to give points to Renault for that bulldog choke submission attempt. Didn't work out for him at the end, but definitely went for it. All right, so we're ready to start the second round of this lightweight fight. Ryan Renault versus Adrian Guzman. All right, they're starting the second round. Nice inside low kick lands for Renault. Oh, Guzman lands with a left high kick, and Renault was down on the ground. Hammer punches from Guzman, and that's it, guys, everyone. Damn, that was fast. Holy crap. Looked like Renault tried to duck under the high kick, possibly, or was going for the takedown. Have to watch on the replay, but man, that high kick landed for Guzman, and Renault just went straight to his back. Nice finish for Adrian Guzman, who came out with the fire in that second round. Waiting on a replay. Good Lord, that was fast. Renault didn't look like he was very happy with the stoppage, but he was done. I mean, the way he went down and out, and Guzman pounced, started landing the hammer fists and the punches. Still waiting on Combate to come up with the replay though, because I really want to see this. Okay, so boom, left high kick lands. Guzman pounces. Oh yeah, he was. Yeah, I'm gonna say a good stoppage on this one. I mean the way he just dropped him with the kick. I mean it looked like he was kind of defending, but not really effectively. I mean he was just Renault was just eating too many punches on the bottom there. I don't blame Mike Beltran at all for stopping it. Good credit to Mike Beltran. You know you don't hear too many people talk about him, but if when they do, it's great. So that's a sign of a good ref there. You never hear any complaints really about him. Old Mike Beltran, one of the best in the business. So second round knockout for Adrian Guzman. Oh, they're calling it a TKO in the second round. Personally, that's a funny thing about MMA. You know, how do you call it a TKO and how do you call it a knockout? I mean, boxing it's more clearly defined, I believe, but in MMA, I mean, you could have easily called that a knockout. I mean, he was, I guess, because he wasn't out, but I mean, he wasn't really. Renault wasn't doing anything after that left high kick landed. I mean, he just fell straight down. His legs buckled under him. Really nice left high kick there for Adrian Guzman. Very nice to see. Nice finish after first decision for the first fight. Looks like he trains out of Team Oyama. I think that's calling Oyama in there with him. Or it looks like calling Oyama. Probably isn't though. All right, so we're gonna see what fight do they have coming up next. Not really saying too much right now. Hopefully, they start getting the action moving a little quicker now. All right, Stephen Bollinger versus Emilio Horta. This looks like another lightweight affair. Emilio Horta, 1-1, 5 feet 10 inches tall. Stephen Bollinger, looking like he's going to make his professional debut. 5 feet 8 inches. Both are orthodox fighters, so stronger right hand of these two. Let's see if I can find out on these two on topology here. Horta. Looks like the fight's scheduled for. Excuse me, I said lightweight. Looks like it's scheduled for flyweight or featherweight rather. Okay, so Stephen Bollinger making his professional debut. He's coming off a win in his last amateur fight. He's getting 27 years old. Don't have a reach available. 5'8". Emilio Horta, 28 years old. Last weight was at 145 pounds. He's 5'11", according to Tapology. Both fighters out of California. Horta out of Ridgecrest. Bollinger out of Clovis. So looks like they're keeping up with the theme of well, they're both local fighters really. Not so much going on so far with the theme of America versus Mexico yet. In fact, it looks like there's only 2 Mexico versus USA fights even scheduled. But that might just really apply to that could just be applying to the main event. Who knows? All right, so we got this. It's either flyweight or excuse me, featherweight or lightweight fight coming up. As soon as both fighters make their way out. Till they do, guys, I'm going to take a quick restroom break here while they go through the promos of introducing the fighters and everything before they actually make their walk. So I'm just going to take a quick restroom break and I'll be right back. I hate trying to get out from here. Alright, so we are back, still waiting on, looks like one of the fighters has entered the La Jaula, waiting on Stephen Bollinger to make his way out now. Just gonna fix this justice real quick here. Alright. So it looks like this is a catchweight fight at 150 pounds. Showed them both at 150 for this fight. Interesting. Very interesting. Alright, Stephen Bollinger making his professional debut here out of Halo Jiu-Jitsu Training Center. Alright, looks like Mike Beltran's going to be reffing again for this fight. Alright, 150-pound catchweight. Both fighters in the cage now getting their official introductions. What does this stupid tattoo say? So Emilio Horta has a tattoo that says, "Never accept defeat." He was a sailor in the U.S. Navy and former amateur champion. He's 1-1 as a pro. Sounds like he's got a crowd there for him. Now for Stephen Bollinger. Making his professional debut, Stephen Bollinger from Clovis, California. He's 6-1 as an amateur. According to Tapology, he lost his second to last amateur fight, but won his final amateur fight. Yep, Mike Beltran, referee again for this fight. Calling both fighters to the center. Notice, I don't know if that's just Mike or if that's like all Combate. They like to bring all the fighters to the center to read those final instructions. Seems a lot of promotions, they just do that for like the main event and maybe the co-main event. So, tail of the tape, Horta has a 2 inches taller. Reach looked about the same though. Alright, so start this 150-pound catchweight fight. Horta moving forward on Bollinger. Bollinger very cautious. Circling around. Horta very fast. Moving. Very twitchy. Low kick is caught by Bollinger, who's moving to Horta's back. Ooh, nice belly to back suplex by Bollinger. Bollinger now working in the full guard of Horta. Bollinger working to clear Horta's guard now. Looks like he's about to... Oh, no. Horta's working... looks like he's going for mission control there with the rubber guard. Bringing his leg up high. But Bollinger not phased. Bollinger looking to pass. Bollinger now on the back of Horta. Gets one hook in. Going to work on the second while also working on the rear naked choke. He's got the hook, rear naked RNC in. It looks like it's in. Bollinger working the rear naked choke on Horta. It's not quite under the chin, but he is squeezing on it. Working on it. Nope. Looks like Horta manages to get out, but he still has Bollinger in full mount on top of him. So Bollinger on top of Horta. Full mount. Bollinger trying to hold on for dear life right now. Horta trying to buck him off. About 3 minutes, 10 seconds left in the round. We got Stephen Bollinger. Oh! Horta manages to get Bollinger off of him and mount. Now Horta in the full guard of Bollinger, landing some nice elbows on top. Horta stands up, lets Bollinger out. Bollinger coming forward recklessly. Nice low kick lands for Horta. Alright. Bollinger circling around the outside. Horta feinting. Nice jab lands for Horta. Bollinger goes up with some crazy overhands. Missing by a mile on him. Overhand right lands for Horta, but doesn't phase Bollinger. Bollinger coming forward recklessly, way overextending himself, having to run past. Oh, Bollinger slips on a high kick there. Bollinger trying to go for like a spinning back fist and is stopped by Horta, who now has him in a clinch, throwing him off of him. Bollinger being a little reckless here. Ooh, nice right lands for Horta, and follows up with a jab. Jab for Bollinger. Yeah, Bollinger being very sloppy, showing a lot of inexperience. Oh, nice double leg takedown for Bollinger. Doesn't even set it up. Just went straight forward on Horta. Bollinger in the half guard now of Horta. Bollinger almost past Horta's guard now. Bollinger almost into the guard of Horta. If he can just clear his ankle out, he'll be in the full mount on Horta. It already essentially is in full mount. And there he is. He gets his leg on. He is now in the full mount of Horta, but Horta again locking him down. All right, so Bollinger posturing, sitting up in the mount of Horta now, trying to land some punches and elbows. Now he's going for an arm triangle, looks like. Might have to give up the mount position. No. Horta trying to fight off this arm triangle attempt by Bollinger. And crap, we've got lag. We've got buffering. Bollinger still working the arm triangle to the left side of Horta. Horta manages to buck him off. Bollinger gives up the arm triangle. Both back on their feet now. Horta lands with a nice right to the chin, but Bollinger lands another takedown on Horta in the closing seconds. Horta was trying to work guillotine, but there goes the end of the first round. So that's the end of the first round of that catchweight fair, 150 pounds. I might have to give it to Horta for the ground control and this having mount twice. I think we're going to have to give it to Bollinger, but he's not doing so well on the feet. I think he's being very sloppy. He's really showing his inexperience. He might just be a little too energetic. He needs to slow down. But man, that suplex. Oh, belly to back. Nice. Nice suplex attempt by Bollinger. Here we're seeing Horta on top, and Bollinger's guard lands two nice elbows. All right, so we're getting ready to start the second round of this 150-pound catchweight fight. Stephen Bollinger versus Emilio Horta. All right, so they're off. Horta stalking Bollinger. Lands a nice right. Ooh, nice knee lands for Horta, followed by another one. Horta coming forward with some punches, but Bollinger come back forward, both taking the center of the cage now. Horta stalking Bollinger around the cage. Bollinger circling around. Looks like Bollinger has a cut above his right eye on the outside. Ooh, nice kick caught by Bollinger, who takes Horta back down to the ground. Horta with one arm around Bollinger's neck, trying to go for a guillotine. In the half guard of Bollinger, in the half guard of Horta. Looking to slowly advance his position. He might be able to get mount again on Horta. If he does, Horta's in trouble. If I were Bollinger at this point, I'd be trying to separate myself, posture up for some ground and pound. He's looks like he's going for something. Bollinger going for, he was going for a key lock on Horta, but Horta is able to reverse positions now. Now Horta in the full guard of Bollinger, and it's Bollinger who's holding on, trying to lock Horta down now. Bollinger looking to go, manages to get back to half guard and is able to successfully, now he's able to successfully sweep Horta. Now Bollinger almost mounting Horta. Bollinger about to mount Horta again. And it's Horta who's now looking to lock down Bollinger. So another reversal of fortune in this 150-pound catchweight fight. 2 minutes, 20 seconds left of the second round. We have Stephen Bollinger fully mounted on Emilio Horta, but unable to mount any offense due to Horta just trying to hold him down. Now it looks like, oh, we've got Bollinger going for another key lock. Bollinger in the full mount on Horta, going for a key lock. Bollinger trying to twist himself out of it. Almost into, Bollinger switching to the armbar now. Yep, Bollinger going for the armbar. He's now on top of Horta in armbar position, trying to extract the right arm of Emilio Horta to go for the armbar. We now have Horta stacking up on Bollinger, and he gets his arm free. So Horta now back into the full guard of Stephen Bollinger. Horta trying to land some punches on Bollinger. Nice elbow lands for him. Bollinger still bleeding from that eye, and now possibly the nose as well. Minute 10 seconds left in the second round. Bollinger trying to sit up, but Horta having none of it. Bollinger again sweeps Horta. This time all the way to, looks like he swept him all the way to side control. Bollinger on side control of Horta with 45 seconds left. Horta again is able to manage to get out of side control, sweeps Bollinger. Now in north-south. But Bollinger back in the half guard of Horta. This is, so far we have about 20 seconds left. So far this is very indicative of the type of grappling you see with fighters who are very, very new and are always looking on offense, not very defensive-minded. You'll see a lot of this, especially in like Invicta and like the debutantes when they're fighting. You see a lot of sweeps and reversals. And that's the end of the second round of this fight. Bollinger ends it in the half guard of Emilio Horta. I'm glad I'm not a judge. I wouldn't want to score that round. Right, Cutman in the corner of Stephen Bollinger, working, trying to stop that cut on the right eyebrow of Bollinger, also working on the nose as well. Showing a replay of the side kick caught by Bollinger, who used it to take down Horta. Showing more replays. Horta with the ground and pound on Bollinger. All right, so the corners are out and they're ready to start the third final round of this 150-pound catchweight fight. So far, out of the two fights this evening, we've had one decision and one second-round TKO. So let's see if these two can finish it before the end of this round. Bollinger with another takedown on Horta, this time into half guard. Looking like he might be able to make it into side control. Nope. Horta has his leg pretty good and trapped there right now. So, Bollinger, oh, nope, Bollinger passes guard. And now in full mount on Emilio Horta. But again, Horta doing very well to trap Bollinger. Horta has the right arm of Bollinger trapped and is trying to keep him held down with the left arm from the left side. So Stephen Bollinger fully mounted on Emilio Horta, but unable to do anything with it because Horta has him well and locked down. Short elbow lands there for Bollinger. 3 minutes 35 seconds left in the round number 3. Not a whole lot of action so far in this third round. All right, so we got Bollinger trying to sit up in the mount of Horta. Horta doing his nice elbow lands there for Bollinger, but he is locked back up by Horta, who, while unable to really mount any offense for himself, has been mainly able to block Bollinger from landing too much in the way of ground and pound on him. A couple elbows landed there for Bollinger, but he's getting locked back up by Horta, yeah. Bollinger again, possibly going for another key lock on Horta. Seems to like this key lock. Yeah, Bollinger looking like, I think he's trying to get that key lock again. Horta trying his best to fight it off. Bollinger working on cranking that right arm of Horta. And it's looking like he's going to give up on that arm there. So Horta, both arms free, using them to basically tie down Bollinger. And draw out the action again. Or slow it down, rather. Nice elbow lands there for Bollinger. Bollinger going to the body now with punches. Horta attempting to sweep, is unable to get it. Oh, Horta this time he gets the sweep on Bollinger, and Horta is out and is able to escape. Now he's going for it. Bollinger back in the guard of Horta, but Horta looks like he might be working to go for a triangle. Nope. Bollinger back to the half guard of Horta. about 50 seconds left in the third final round. We have Stephen Bollinger in the half guard of Emilio Horta. Horta trying to sweep him. Bollinger not having it. Still in the half guard, but almost has his leg free for the full mount. "25 seconds left. We have Stephen Bollinger mostly mounted on Emilio Horta, trying to separate himself to land some ground and pound to close out the fight. Last 10 seconds. Bollinger going for broke. Bollinger now on the back of Stephen Horta with 10 seconds left, trying to flatten him out. Not going to be able to do much with time left. And there goes the end of that round. 150-pound catchweight affair ends with Stephen Bollinger on the back of Emilio Horta. Crowd doesn't look too enthused about this fight. I don't blame them. There wasn't too much going on there. Both fighters showing their low experience level, lack of experience. Just, it wasn't the cleanest of fights, and I mean, you can't get mad at like Horta spent a lot of the fight in mounted, so you can't blame him for trying to stall Bollinger out. They're going to replays again. Of course, they're going to show the suplex by Bollinger in the first round. Probably the single most exciting thing in the fight, because it was very nice. Showing some GMP from Horta. Round 2, there's the kick caught by Horta or excuse me, by Bollinger, take Horta down. There's some more GMP by Horta. And of course in round 3, the takedown by Bollinger, which is pretty much where the round, yeah. So we're waiting on the official decision by the judges for this 150-pound catchweight fight between Stephen Bollinger and Emilio Horta. Waiting on what the judges are going to have to say. I think I'm going to have to go, if I have to guess, I think I'm going to go with Bollinger. Yeah, I'll go with Bollinger on this one. I mean, he had Mount a lot more often throughout the fight. He definitely was the one taking the fight to the ground when it got there. I think Horta was better on the feet, but he just wasn't able to keep it there. All right. Thirty 27, 29 28. 30 26. Unanimous decision. Stephen Bollinger. So winner by unanimous decision. One of the judges even gave him a 30-26. I'm not sure which round it would have earned him a 10-8. Probably the third round was probably the closest to the 10-8. So Stephen Bollinger, your winner by unanimous decision, wins his pro debut. Emilio Horta drops down to 1-2. I liked what I saw. I mean, I was saying I liked what I saw on the feet from Emilio Horta. I thought he was the better fighter on the feet, cleaner strikes. But I thought Bollinger was definitely the better fighter on the ground. So, they're going to be moving on to the looks like a bantamweight division fight. Hector Fajardo, 1-0 versus Jose Avalos, 3-1. Hector Fajardo, El Matador, 1-0. He's 5 feet 9 inches tall, very tall for a bantamweight, and he is a southpaw. He's taking on Jose Stamatic Avalos, shorter fighter at 5'6", coming out with an orthodox style. So we got a southpaw versus orthodox, which could make for some interesting striking exchanges. What kind of nickname is Stamatic? I'll have to look that up on a translator, see what that means. Let's see what Tapology has to say on these two. Nothing particularly new on these guys. So El Matador, 1-0, won his final amateur fight according to Tapology, but lost 3 amateur fights before that. Wow. I think they just said on the commentary that he's out of Team Alpha Male, which must be new. His opponent, Jose Avalos, is on a 2-fight win streak. He's 27 years old. As I said earlier, he's a shorter fighter at 5'6", and he's another one of those fighters out of Ralph's House Gym. Yep, Hector Fajardo is with Team Alpha Male now. Or Team Alpha Manlet, as a lot of people like to call him. So to you guys watching, the chat is open. If you have anything to say or any questions or anything, feel free to, chat away in the chat box. Don't be shy. So now we got, which one's this? Jose Avalos, thematic, walking out with his purple belt around his neck. Right, Avalos getting seen to by the cut man on the outside of the cage. Getting the Vaseline applied to his eyes. Getting checked before he enters the cage by Mike Beltran. Getting ready for this bantamweight affair. Avalos going to stop and pray before he gets in the cage. Excuse me. All right, both fighters now in the cage. Getting ready for this next matchup in the bantamweight division. Combate America's 31 bantamweight division fight. Hector Fajardo, El Matador versus Jose Stamatic Avalos. Hopefully we'll get a finish in this one. This night is definitely moving along more slowly than a typical Combate card. 2 decisions in 3 fights. Hoping for a finish in this one. All right, Hector Fajardo, 1 win. He's out of East Palo Alto, California. It says he's top 25 in U.S. Judo. And looks like he's trained at the Olympic Training Center. I'm not sure if being top 30 in U.S. Judo is a big deal or not. I don't really follow the judo scene. I imagine that's pretty good. Will we see some neat tosses and throws and trips from him, though? All right, Jose Avalos, 3-1. He's from Parlier, California, and he's a former member of the Marine Corps. All right. Mark Lawley is the 3rd man in the cage for this fight. Excuse me, La Jaula. So we're going to have Fajardo in the lime green Valetudo shorts. Avalos in the blue board shorts. So 5'6" for Avalos, 5'9" Fajardo. Fajardo has a reach advantage of 2 inches, 70 to 68. Fajardo is 3 years older at 30 to Avalos 27 years old. Fajardo, the lankier fighter in the green shorts. Avalos, the stockier fighter in the blue board shorts, of course. All right, so we got both fighters in the center of the cage. Both getting a little bit of a feeling out center. Fajardo feinting with the jab. Avalos coming forward a little bit. Avalos comes forward with some punches, answered by a high kick from Fajardo that is blocked by Avalos Avalos looking to take Fajardo down now. He's got the double leg. He almost has Fajardo to the ground, and Fajardo is now on the ground now. He's up on one arm, though, trying to get back up to his feet. Avalos looking to take back control on Fajardo. Now Fajardo is able to get back to his feet. Avalos still looking to take him down. Has back control. Lands a couple nice knees to the thighs of Fajardo. Oh, Avalos almost had Fajardo picked up. Fajardo grabbed the fence. Now they're both back up against the cage. Avalos still on the back of Fajardo, looking to try to drag him back down. I think Fajardo keeps going for the cage grab. Freaking ref better warn him about that. Avalos still with the body lock on Fajardo, trying to get his legs out, get him down to the ground. Fajardo doing well so far to defend, but isn't able to get any momentum of his own going. Avalos dropping back down for a single leg now. Has a hold of the leg, but Fajardo is defending it up against the cage. 2 minutes, 45 seconds left of the first round. Avalos still going for that single leg. Avalos still working that single leg. Fajardo trying to break the arms apart. Unable to do so. Avalos still driving Fajardo up against the cage. Oh, nice knee in a clinch by Fajardo. Now he's working some elbows onto the head of Avalos. Avalos still working that takedown very doggedly. He's not giving up. He's stubborn as a Marine, I guess. Still working on takedown is Avalos. Fajardo again working elbows to the head and shoulder of Avalos. Avalos is not giving up on it. More elbows by Fajardo. Avalos still up. Fajardo is now out. Avalos is chasing him down. Both fighters back to the center of the cage. Fajardo has a more upright stance. Avalos coming forward with some punches answered by Fajardo. Avalos trying to driving Fajardo up against the cage now with about 1 minute and 10 seconds left of the first round. Avalos again working for the takedown against the cage. Very dogged. Not ready to give it up. Fajardo doing a very good job of defending the takedown from Avalos. Fajardo now pushing down on the head of Avalos. Avalos trying to get that leg up as far as he can to pick him up, drop him to the ground. And Avalos finally gets Fajardo to the ground. He is working passing the guard. He's now in the guard of Fajardo. Fajardo has one butterfly in, the other leg up very high. Looks like he might be trying to work the triangle. But Avalos, nope. Avalos able to work to half guard now on Fajardo. And he gets past it. Up too fast. A little bit too fast. Fajardo is now out. Catches Avalos with a high kick coming up. Nice kick from Avalos. And another, but answered by one from Fajardo. Fajardo trying for a spinning back kick fist now at the very last second of the round. And that ends the first round. So, not the most exciting first round. I'm going to have to go with Avalos so far. I mean, he had control, and there wasn't much else going on. I think Fajardo is showing that he's probably better with the stand-up. Avalos definitely going for the takedown almost the entirety of the first round. But nice takedown defense from Fajardo. Only got taken down once out of a whole round of freaking takedown attempts, so not bad by Fajardo. All right, so calling seconds out. Gonna get ready to start the second round of this bantamweight bout. Jose Stomatic Avalos versus Hector El Matador Fajardo. Only Fajardo's second professional bout. Avalos has had 4 fights. All right, so both fighters are back to the center of La Jaula. Ooh, high kick from Fajardo. Avalos coming forward with the jab. Body kick from Fajardo. Another kick attempt from Fajardo that misses. Avalos, the shorter fighter with the shorter reach, trying to get inside on Fajardo. He's driving forward, driving Fajardo up against the cage now, going again for another takedown. He's got the body lock on Fajardo. Fajardo trying to fight him off. Nice knee lands for Fajardo to the body of Avalos. Fajardo is now out. Goes back to the center of the cage. Ooh, nice. Another high kick from Fajardo. Fajardo stalking Avalos now. Staying on the outside. Avalos circling around. Better round so far from Fajardo. And just as I say that, Avalos drives forward for a double leg and gets Fajardo to the ground. Fajardo now in the full guard of Avalos. Avalos has both butterflies in. Landing short punches and elbows to the head of Jose Avalos, who's on top. Avalos looking to pass the guard. Not Fajardo doing a very good job. Oh, Fajardo gets the triangle choke in on him. Avalos was trying to pass the guard of Fajardo. Oh, and freaking Fajardo gets the armbar in, chokes him out with the armbar triangle. Wow, that was fast. Avalos was trying to get past the guard of Fajardo, but Fajardo slickly trapped him with the triangle. Grabs the arm, straightens it out for the arm triangle choke. Avalos taps very fast. Didn't really have much choice. I mean, it was in tight. So, Hector Fajardo El Matador improves to 2-0 as a professional. Jose Avalos drops to 3-2. Your winner by second round submission due to an arm triangle choke, Hector Fajardo. Gonna wait on the official result here. See if we can get a time. Still waiting on the official result. Hector Fajardo in there, dancing a little bit, very happy with his nice finish. I mean, that was very slick. They're showing the tap. They're showing the final submission and tap. I wish they would show the sequence he used to trap him in it, but they're not. But it was definitely, excuse me. It was definitely Jose Avalos was trying to, I believe, was trying to pass the guard of Hector Fajardo, and Fajardo just wasn't fast enough with it. wasn't very clean, and Fajardo was able to lock him up in a triangle, and then the arm was stuck in there. It was practically straight already. Official time, 2 minutes, 4 seconds. So your official time, 2 minutes, 4 seconds of the second round. For your winner by triangle submission, Hector Fajardo. So batteries dying on the phone here that I'm using to stream on. Guys, I'm going to take a minute to switch over and plug in the charging cord here. Alright, so we're back. I had to unplug the external mic, but should be able to hear me just fine without it. So winner of the last bout in the bantamweight division, Hector Fajardo, just now leaving the cage. So it looks like the next fight is either going to be at 165 pounds or it's going to be another bantamweight fight. We'll have to see. They're going all over with this order that they have on their website. So either way, 2 more undercard bouts, and then we'll have the co-main and main event. So 2 more undercard bouts. A couple fights got canceled early this morning, including Sheila Padilla versus Carissa Segala. I haven't found a reason yet, but that was early this morning. Trying to find a reason. Nope. Not seeing anything official reason for what's going on here. Fortunately, unable to find any official reason for the cancellations of those 2 bouts. Hopefully it's nothing. Hopefully nobody got seriously hurt or anything. Alright, waiting on the word for the next fight. They're going over some replays right now from the previous fights this evening. But, alright, they must be taking a break between, a little bit of a break between this last fight and the next fight, because we got Juliana Velasquez and the other commentator going over what's happening in the previous fights. So probably because of Combate has a TV deal with Univision, I think it is. So we're probably waiting to see. Probably wait until we might be waiting for a while, guys, until the Univision picks it up at, probably going to pick it up at freaking midnight for the time slot. Hopefully it's not that long, because I don't want to have to wait that freaking long. Although I do remember in the past when Combate was on Fight Pass, and they'd have, you know, the undercard, and then they'd have the main card, and there was a bit of a break sometimes. If the undercard went too fast, there was always a bit of a break before the start of the main card for the televised portion. Of course, Ryzen FF over in Japan, you know, the latest Pride rendition or reincarnation, as they're probably the worst for it. They'll have freaking like 3 different intermissions during an event. They're like an hour each. It's like, good lord, guys. And it's always because of their freaking TV deal. It's like, ugh. I feel bad for people in the arena. Because no way I'd be able to sit that long waiting for between fights. But that's just how it is sometimes. They're showing some replays from that Fajardo, not a Fajardo. What was that guy's name? Horta and Bollinger fight. Not the most exciting fight of the evening. Alright guys, it looks like they're not going to be starting the fights anytime soon. I'm going to take a couple minute break, use the restroom. Smoke if you got 'em, I guess. Alright, so we still got somebody watching. Well, we got a better sign now. Yeah, it looks much better. Killer B there in the chat says, just dropped by to show some support for a fellow WMMA fan. Well, thank you very much, Killer B. Hopefully you guys can read this sign a little better. I wasn't accounting for the camera reversal with my first sign, so now I had to write this one backwards. But we're back now. I think I'm going to have to leave that up there for future reference. Still waiting on the start of the last few fights. I think there's about 4 fights left on this event. Still on the break. I think they're waiting on the start of the Univision television feed, which is probably the reason for the break. That's usually what it was back when they were still on Fight Pass. So waiting on Combate to get going with their television feed. In the meantime, I'm switching from an energy drink down to whiskey. Time to slow it down a little bit. So we're going over a preview for the main event. The main event tonight is Anthony the Shark Avila, 17-5, taking on Pablo El Gallo Negro Sabori, 9-5. Looks like it's going to be at a 150-pound catch weight. Sabori is listed as an orthodox fighter. They don't have anything listed for Avila. Sabori's from Mexico. Avila, American. Anthony Avila is nicknamed the Shark. Pablo Sabori is nicknamed El Gallo Negro. My Spanish is non-existent, basically, but I think that means the black chicken. I know. El Gallo. No, Pollo is chicken. I don't know. I'm not sure what El Gallo is. Gallo. Well, let's look it up on Google Translate. Let's see. We'll do auto detect. El Gallo. No. L. Okay, so I was slightly off because pollo is chicken, gallo is rooster. So he is nicknamed, so that is Pablo the Black Rooster Sabori. Now they're previewing the co-main event, women's flyweight bout between Zoila Frausto, 13-5, versus Jamie Navarra, 7-4. Zoila's been around MMA and fight sports for years now. Actually, she hasn't fought MMA in, I believe, like 3 years. This is her comeback fight. Yeah, her last MMA fight was, it was a couple days ago, marked the 3rd anniversary, or 3 years since Zoila Frausto last fought MMA. She won a unanimous decision over Karina Herrera at Tachi Palace Fights number 26, February 18th of 2016. In the meantime, Zoila Frausto has been active. She's fought Muay Thai, she's done kickboxing. She wasn't away from combat sports altogether. She just took a break from MMA. I think she won some kind of Muay Thai championship. I know she won. She fought. She won a fight, at least one fight, in Glory Kickboxing. Jamie Navarro, on the other hand, has been very active. Her last fight, she is coming off a loss in her last fight. Oh, that was a while ago, I guess. Last June, she lost to Antonina Shevchenko at Dana White's Tuesday Night Contender Series. She was supposed to fight Sabina Mazo back in September. That bout was canceled due to a Navarro injury. So Navarro coming in for the first time in July, August, September, October, November, December. In 8 months almost. Before that loss to Shevchenko, Navarro was on a 3-fight win streak. Over Karina Herrera in Bellator, Devin Holmes in Gladiator Challenge, and Katie Collins in LFA. So both fighters coming off of a break. Obviously, Frasto's a lot longer. We'll see what each of them brings to the cage tonight. Still waiting on, it looks like they're getting ready to start the main card here because they're showing some more previews for the main event, which probably means that they got the broadcast started for Univision. Univision, if you're unfamiliar with it, is a Spanish language network available in the U.S. and all over Latin America. According to the Combate America CEO, Campbell McLaren, they do huge ratings for Univision. I don't know that for sure, but I can imagine it's true. Of course, Combate doesn't get nearly the attention I feel it deserves by the mostly American MMA media. Of course, they weren't available for, they didn't have an English language broadcast for a little while because they ended their contract with Fight Pass and then went totally Univision. So, but now, of course, they're back on DAZN. They've been back on DAZN for the last few events. I'm happy with it. I liked watching them on Fight Pass. Man, they used to have some, like, they'd be like on a Monday night, too, on Fight Pass, and the freaking undercard wouldn't start until like 10 a.m., which kind of sucked. But, man, it was fun to stay up and watch them because they're, you know, tonight is definitely more of an exception to the rule for Combate. You know, they had a couple of decisions. Usually, they're fast-paced, very fast-moving fights. All right, so they got one fighter in the cage and another making his way to the cage. Let's see who this is. What fight is this? They're not. Looks like this is going to be the Mark Clamaco versus Ricardo Vasquez fight. Is that what this is? I can't tell. No, maybe not. This is looking like the main event. I'm not sure what's going on here. Or what was scheduled for the main event, because that looks like Pablo Sabori. Yeah, that's Pablo Sabori. They were talking this fight up as the main event. So I don't know what's going on with the belt order, but hey, you know what? It doesn't matter. We're just going to move with it. Both of these guys pretty heavily inked up. So we got they're calling this, it's the main event of the evening. But they still got like at least one more fight to go, possibly 3, according to the website. I don't know what's going on, unless they're doing this, like I said, you know, they might be doing this for the TV deal. Alright, so we're getting ready to go for the main event. For this event, I think there's still going to be fights after this. We'll have to see, but they're introducing Pablo Sabori and Anthony Avila. So Avila is 17-5. According to the stats, he has 12 victories from KO or sub, so 12 of his 17 wins are by finish. Mike Beltran's back in the cage to referee this fight. Bringing both fighters to the center. It looked like they're both chomping at the bit. Sabori doing his little rooster ground scratching thing with his feet. All right, Avila's older by 4 years, 30-26. Sabori 1 inch taller, 5'8" to 5'7". He has a 2-inch reach advantage, 70-68. Avila weighed in at 151, 149.2 for Sabori. So a 150-pound catch weight fight for the main event tonight. And they are off. Meet in the center cage, they touch gloves. Inside low kick from Sabori. Sabori in the black trunks, Avila in the blue. Another low kick lands for Sabori and answered by a low kick from Avila. Sabori switching stances already, switching back. Oh, both throw leg kicks that are cancel each other out. Another low kick from Sabori. Ooh, inside low kick lands for Sabori. Avila switching up stances now. Avila coming in with working a clinch. Both fighters up against the cage. Avila tripping to the ground slightly, but gets back up. Nice elbow from the inside by Sabori. Sabori, oh! A nice throw lands Avila on top of Sabori from side control. Sabori working on an arm, one of Avila's arms from the bottom, trying to get it out to probably to working the sweep. Sabori works his way into half guard. Getting a warning from referee Mike Beltran for having his toes in the cage. All right, so Sabori now back in full guard, working a closed guard. Avila on top. Sabori putting in one butterfly. Sabori now working his back up against the cage. Going to work on getting back up. Avila has or had wrist control on the left arm of Sabori. Now he's still working on pulling both of his hips down and out. Avila with very nice body control on Sabori. Oh, Sabori with a nice sweep, with it working on reverse triangle on Avila. Sabori working on an arm, working on, looks like still some kind of reverse triangle, but also working on, has one arm of Avila. Man, Sabori manages to push Avila off and get back to his feet. Sabori in the center, Avila on the outside. Avila in the southpaw stance right now, but switching back and forth. Sabori working. Sabori also working southpaw stance. Avila going back to orthodox. Avila circling around the outside. Comes in with a hook on Sabori. Low kick lands for Avila. Sabori working a lot of feints with his arms, with his hands. Avila circling still around the outside. Oop, kick to the body lands for Sabori. Low kick lands for Sabori. That almost tripped Avila up. Another low kick lands to the outside leg of Avila. Avila switching stances for a second. Ooh, kick to the body lands for Avila now. Another kick to the body from Avila. And another. You have to think if he's just doing that to bring Sabori's guard down a little bit. But Avila circling around the outside more. Sabori moving forward, following him. Low kicks canceled by each other. Ooh, big high kick from Sabori. Avila swings wild with a hook and misses. An overhand from... Oh, and big left from Sabori. Avila drops Sabori. Sabori is stunned. Sabori might be out on his feet. Another left from Avila and a right. Right as the first round ends. Oh my God, it was turned into a firefight there at the end. But that was the end of the round. Sabori might have been out on his feet there. Can't believe how close it was. Oh, I wasn't watching the clock. Sabori in his corner, trying to recover. Sabori sitting down in his corner. Avila is standing with his back to the outside. Facing the outside of the cage, getting advice from his coaches. Going to have to give that first round to Avila based on that near knockout at the end there. I mean, I'm about to show a replay. Oh, showing a replay of a high kick landed by Sabori. All right, the corners are out, and they're getting ready to start the second round of this 150-pound main event bout between Pablo El Gallo Negro Sabori and Anthony the Shark Avila. Avila coming forward on Sabori now. He's sensing blood. Kick to the body lands for Sabori. Sabori going for another kick to the body of Avila. Avila leading with that left hook. Throwing that jab almost like an overhand. Avila on the outside, circling around. feinting. Sabori again going with that overhand left. And again with it, but Sabori's ready. Looked like Sabori might have landed a low kick on Avila there. Yeah. Sabori going for one of those body kicks, but lands a low kick on Avila. The referee breaks it up. Going to give Avila time to recover. Not sure if Avila's telling him just give me 2 minutes or if he was trying to tell him that's twice. All right, body kick lands for Avila. Avila again coming forward, that lead left. Another body kick from Avila. Avila seems to be stalking Sabori more now. Although Sabori coming back forward to the center of the cage. Low kick lands for Sabori. Avila again looking for that left. Avila stands mostly southpaw, but he seems to like to land that left. Doesn't even use it as a jab, almost uses it more like a power punch. Now Avila driving forward, looking for a takedown on Sabori against the cage. All right, they're breaking up, back to the center of the cage. Clinch didn't last long there. Sabori lands a low kick, but answered by that left from Avila. Sabori's going to need to bring his right arm up higher in guard. Switching stances now is Sabori going to orthodox. Lands an outside low kick. Avila trying with that left again. Isn't able to get it that time. Another again with that left from Avila. And a 2-1 from Avila. Left high kick attempt from Sabori. Avila coming again forward with that left. Another outside low kick lands for Sabori. Low kick lands for Avila. The left leg of Avila is beat red right now. Oh. Sabori may possibly staggered a bit by Avila. Both throwing kicks again. Ooh, body shot lands for Sabori. Follows it up with a high kick that misses. Another low kick to the shin by Sabori. Tell you what, that lead left leg of Avila is just bright red now. Avila might be landing the better punches, but Sabori's tearing them apart with those leg kicks. Avila switching stances now, but switches back. Again, Avila lands a left with the left hand as Sabori lands a low kick. Jab lands for Sabori. Avila goes to the body. Kick to the body by Avila. Again, that left finds a home for Avila. And again for Avila with the left. Sabori telling him to bring it. They both land jabs now. Again with that left by Avila. It's finding a home every time he throws it. Again, the left by Avila finds a home. But more low kicks from Sabori. Left, right from Avila to answer a kick by Sabori. Sabori fakes a flying knee. Sabori ducks under a punch by the left finally by Avila to take him down to the ground. Sabori standing over Avila now. Kicking to the legs of Avila. Might not be able to pass the guard. Still standing over him. Avila trying to stand back up as the 10-second mark. Avila gets back to his feet, about 5 seconds left. Nice left high kick lands for Sabori as Avila lands a left, and that will end the second round of this 3-round, 150-pound catchweight main event fight. So if you're just dropping in, they seem to be running the main event early. I'm guessing it has something to do with their TV deal with Univision. It's a 150-pound catchweight fight between Pablo El Gallo Negro Sabori and Anthony the Shark Avila. Gotta think that Avila definitely took the first round. Sabori landing a lot of low kicks in that second round, but Avila consistently landing that left-hand punch. Going to be a harder match to score. That, you know, that late takedown by Sabori, depending on how much you want to score the kicks, could have been enough to secure the round. But that left just kept landing for Avila every time he threw it. Sabori needs to get his guard up, or he's going to keep eating that left in the third. All right, they come forward and hug each other. Start of the third. Nothing but respect for between these two fighters. Low kick lands for Sabori. A left finds home for Avila. Sabori going up high with a kick and then down low. Left finds a home for Avila again, answered by a right from Sabori. Avila coming forward with some punches. Another high kick attempt by Sabori, followed by a jab. Both fighters are bleeding from the nose. Mostly Sabori from the nose. Avila looks like he's bleeding out of his mouth, from his lip. Both fighters in the center of the cage now. Avila comes forward with that left again. Teep attempt by Sabori, who switches stances to orthodox again. Left finds a home again for Avila, answered by a punch from Sabori. Low kick lands for Sabori. Avila looking for opportunities to throw that left, but Sabori keeping his guard up higher this time. I think his corner must have told him to keep his guard higher, and seems to have listened. Avila switching to orthodox now. Both fighters standing in the orthodox stance. Avila switches back to... No, I'm sorry. They were both in southpaw. Avila switching back to orthodox, but then back to southpaw. Avila switching stances as he sees fit. Comes forward with a pair of lefts. Sabori coming forward with the right. And a right cross by Sabori. Sabori coming forward with punches. Avila looking to possibly duck under and take him down. Sabori pushes him off. Both fighters in the center of the cage. Body kick lands for Sabori. Avila coming forward with a couple punches. Nice stiff jab from Sabori to back Avila off. Avila coming forward with that left again. Oh, Sabori goes high with a left high kick again. Answered by punches from Avila. Again, another with a left high kick attempt from Sabori. El Gallo Negro. Avila throws that left, and it's answered by 2 punches from Avila. Another left high kick lands for Sabori. A low kick lands for Sabori. Avila seems to be taking this round off mostly, looking to land just that perfect shot. Sabori definitely landing more volume. Avila comes forward with that left again and lands. Low kick lands for Sabori, answered by a left from Avila. Sabori coming forward with the punches now. About a minute, 15 seconds left. Body kick lands for Sabori. Kick to the body lands for Avila. Sabori coming forward. Another high kick attempt by Sabori. Knee to the clinch lands for Sabori, but Avila catches him exiting the clinch. Sabori stalking Avila. Avila still looking to land that left, but Sabori throws a flying knee attempt. Follows with a punch. Sabori back to orthodox stance. Still stalking Avila, landing with the combination. Sabori now coming forward with the combinations on Avila. About 25 seconds left. Stalking seems to have worked for Sabori. He now has Avila clinched up against the cage. Almost has back control on Avila. Sabori pouring on the punches with standing back control on Avila. Sabori looking to land more punches. Avila trying to control the wrist now of Sabori. Nice knee lands for Sabori. More punches are landing to Avila now. And Sabori lands a knee to the thigh of Sabori to close out the round. Some very nice action to close out that third and final round. Hard to say who's going to... I think Sabori might have taken it. He's up on a cage feeling confident. I'm going to give it 2 rounds to 1 for El Gallo Negro Sabori. I think he definitely took the third round. Probably took the third round or second round too. I believe Avila got the first round with that knockdown. But Sabori really started to eat Avila up in that third round. Man, they're showing the replays from it. He just came forward with the combinations finally. Instead of landing 1 strike or 1-2, he just really came forward with the combinations. It took him a while to open up. But when he did, it got really good. So, I'm going to go with Pablo El Gallo Negro Sabori for the decision. But waiting on the official result from the judges. Right, both fighters seem to think that they've done enough to get the victory. Both seem very happy with their performance. We'll have to see what the judges have to say. Waiting on, I think the announcer's name is Pepe, waiting on him. They're showing some replays. Yeah, first round definitely looked like Avila's. Yeah, third round, they're showing the highlights, and it was definitely all Sabori. Landing the better punches, landing the better combos. Avila just looking for that left all the time. And especially at the end there, Sabori just poured it on. I'm thinking Sabori's going to end up taking this decision here. I'll have to see what the judges have to say. Still waiting on the official word. All right, they're ready for the decision. Main event fight, 150-pound catchweight fight. One judge has a 28-28 draw. Other judges have a 29-28 for winner. Majority decision. Wow, they gave that to Avila. Avila wins the majority decision. Wow. So I thought Sabori had done enough to win it, especially that third round. One judge saw it as a draw, and the other two found it 29-28 for Anthony Avila. So I guess in the battle of USA versus Mexico, USA wins this round. I didn't see it that way, though. I thought El Gallo Negro had done enough to win the decision. So El Gallo Negro taking, celebrating in the ring, getting the pictures and everything. We'll see if they're going to show the other fights. I hope so. You know, I scheduled this event because I thought two ladies' fights were happening. Turns out one fight got canceled, and okay, so they're going to move on to the co-main event now. After the main event, I guess, I don't know why. My guess, of course, is TV reasons. But anyway, we're going on to the ladies' fight. 125 pounds flyweight fight. Zoila Frausto versus Jamie Navarra. I should have worn my Zoila Frausto shirt. I still have one from a while back. Back when there was this t-shirt company out of Canada that was making fights or t-shirts for a lot of lady fighters, and I bought a few of them. I wish I had bought some more because they went out of business, and they were cool designs. So Zoila Frausto coming back after 3 years and like 3 days. Jamie Navarra coming back after 8 months off. She was supposed to have a fight in September that got canceled due to Navarra suffering a training injury. So, guys, I don't know if there's going to be any more fights after this, but after this fight, I'm going to head off to bed because it's already 25-1 on the East Coast where I'm at. I do have work in the morning. Plus, I want to get up early for Road FC. I haven't decided if I'm going to do a live broadcast for that. If I do, it's going to be very last minute. If you want, check on my Instagram, at leto1776.com. That's my personal Instagram, but I use it for this channel as well. Most of the stuff I post on there anymore is related to the channel. So after this fight, we'll be signing off. But keep an eye out. If I manage to get up early enough for Road FC, we'll do a Road FC fight companion, at least until I have to go to work. That will be at 4 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's broadcast on DAZN as well. Hopefully DAZN fixes the problems they had last time, because their December event, they did the opening portion of the show, and then they missed the entire main card, which was the all-female event, which freaking, I was pissed. I was not happy having to watch replays of that later on. So hopefully DAZN and Road FC worked out the problems there. Maybe they'll realize that, hey, our events are broken up into two parts. You know, there's the first part, which is usually Young Guns, and then there's the main card, which they almost treat as separate events. They have separate posters for them. So we're getting ready. They're previewing the co-main event coming up here. Zoila Frausto. She is looking solid. Looking pretty TST there. Alright, getting ready for probably Jamie Navarro to make her way to the cage. Oh, Navarro's already in the cage? Looks like they might both be in there already. Alright, both fighters are in the cage already. That's good. They took use the preview time to have them both walk out. Good. All right, co-main event of the evening. Of course, this is after the main event, for whatever reason. Ladies flyweight fight. Jamie Queenie Navarra versus Zoila the Warrior Princess Frausto. Jamie Navarra, 7-4 from Union City, California. 5 victories from TKO or sub. This is her Combate America's debut. Actually, Combate America's debut for both ladies. Navarra in the black, sporting the flags of both the Philippines and the U.S. Frausto also wearing black. I guess they're differentiating each other by the color trim, although Frausto is wearing Muay Thai style shorts. Yep. Looks like she has Kieran Fitzgibbons in her corner from CSA Gym. Yep, that's definitely Kieran. And what's his face? What is his name? A fighter from Bellator, also a Muay Thai, IFMA Muay Thai champion. Can't think of his name. All right, flyweight action. Both these girls looking very thick for flyweight. Navarro looks like a slightly taller fighter. Yep, she is 5'5" to 5'4". Although the tail of the tape says they're both 5'4" or 5'5". Navarra has a 65.5-inch reach to Zoila Frausto's 64-inch reach. They both weighed in at 125.5. It's good for Zoila. You know, Zoila Frausto was having a lot of weight troubles in the past with MMA. All right, so here we're getting started. Navarra coming forward, looking to take Zoila Frausto down after a couple punches. Zoila trying to fight off the takedown up against the cage. Has her back to one of the cage posts. All right, Navarra giving up on that takedown for now. Knee to the body lands for Navarra. Frausto looking to take over the clinch here, though. Frausto now on the outside of the clinch. Both fighters tried to land a couple of knees, canceled each other out. Both fighters have over-under. Elbow lands for Frausto up top. Knee for Frausto in the clinch and another knee. Frausto taking over in the clinch, lands 3 straight knees. Both fighters separate. Frausto coming forward now. Zoila Frausto with the red tape on her gloves and a Muay Thai style shorts. Navarra with the blue tape on her gloves and the full length tank top. Low kick lands, inside low kick lands for Frausto now. Ooh, low kick lands for Navarra, which throws Frausto off. A couple punches attempted by Navarra that miss. Overhand right from Frausto misses. Navarra is able to back her up with some punches. Frausto coming forward with some punches and some elbows in the clinch now against the cage on Navarra. Navarra covering up. Navarra dropping to the ground. Frausto follows with some body shots. Referee Mike Beltran decides he's had enough and ends it for Frausto. Frausto gets a win by TKO in the first round. Excuse me, that wasn't Mike Beltran. That was the other referee, but looks like it was Frausto. Landed something good that must have hurt Navarra. I don't know what happened to her, though. I mean, Navarra's still on the ground. She looks okay, but I'm not sure what happened. But Frausto comes away with the first round TKO win. Frausto very happy with the results. All right, so waiting on some replays here now, just to see what exactly happened, because, I mean, Navarra. Waiting on a replay. Okay, so she comes forward with some punches, lands a knee to the body, and I think the knee to the body stunned Navarra bad. And then Frausto just starts pouring on punches. Another knee to the body doubled Navarra over, it looks like. She's coming forward with some punches, a knee to the body, more punches up top, more punches, finding her way through her guard. Finally, that knee to the body, I believe, just doubled Navarra over. She was just overwhelmed. Yeah. Definitely on the replay, it was that last knee that just doubled, knee straight to the gut, that just doubled Navarra over. So, and then some follow-up punches to the body before the ref stepped in. So that would give Zoila Frausto the win by first round technical knockout. Waiting on the official announcement for the time. All right, so both fighters are with the referee. They're waiting on the official announcement with the official time. As soon as they get that, I'm going to be signing off here, guys. But thank you for everyone that watched tonight. Zoila Frausto, very happy. First fight in MMA in 3 years, coming off with a first round TKO win. That's 2 in a row, though. 2 losses in a row for Navarra. Excuse me, Navarra. 1 minute 52 seconds. All right, so your winner at 1 minute and 52 seconds of the opening round for your co-main event, Zoila Frausto by technical knockout. Hometown girl, or she at least lives and fights out of Fresno. So congrats to Zoila. Welcome back to MMA after 3 years away. Guys, that's going to be it for me for tonight. If you're going to be up late, check back in. I'll try to make a post on Instagram if I do decide to do it. Road FC 52 is coming up at 4 a.m. on DAZN. If I manage to get up, I'll do a fight companion for it. If not, no great loss. There's no female fights on it, so I don't have that great of an incentive to do it. But I do like Road FC, and I do like doing these fight companions. They're a lot of fun. So if you're going to be up late or up early anyway, keep an eye out. No promises, no guarantees though. So guys, I'm going to head to bed for a few hours of sleep. Thank you for joining me for Combate America's 31 USA versus Mexico live fight companion. Guys, have a good night. And remember, subscribe to WMAC Now, the best, fastest growing women's mixed martial arts dedicated platform on YouTube. Guys, have a good night.